Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel. Now, one of the biggest blights on Warhammer and the wargaming community as a whole, but mostly Warhammer and Games Workshop, is the tournament scene. Now, it's not just, tournaments are alright. I get why, people want to show off how good they are and, get a prize for it. I get tournaments, I get the reason for tournaments. I do. And I've got nothing against them. I won't do them because I like to play a nice varied army with lots of different choices and not stick to some sort of meta and have this idea that I must build the most powerful army I can. I like a nice varied army. Anyway, the thing is, this kind of breeds a bit of contempt and a personality flaw. Oh, it might just attract people with this flaw. And that is those who have to win. They're so competitive at life that they just have to win. Losing to them is akin to a physical attack. It's a very poor trait. And when it comes to wargaming in particular, the problem being is it's just makes you a sucky person. You might be great off the tabletop. You might be a good laugh and all that. But when you get to the tabletop, you become this person which no one wants to play against because you have to win. You just have to. And I don't understand that. Look, I get I know the first time I'm in. We all play to win. Yes, we do go to the tabletop with intention to win. That's just the nature of a beast. It's a game. We don't go there to lose. We don't go, you know what, I'm going to play Warhammer today, but I want to lose. We don't do that. It's not something that people do. We do go with the intention to win. However, there is a difference with going to the tabletop with the intention to win than going there just to win. You're going to have fun. Like, if you're going there with the intention to win, without, pulling out all the stops and building this big Mephisto army, I have 4 Warhound Titans for 2,000 points. Yeah, I know, it's called hyperbole, alright? And, actually, I don't think that's actually that far off. But, anyway, it's called hyperbole. Let's go with it, alright? And I'm going, you brought some grots for fun. Oh, watch me just stamp you and I win. Yay, aren't I great? It's like, dude, this is meant to be a fun narrative game where we're going to be doing our armies for fun and, maybe do some silly armies. Why are you bringing such an overpowerful army? Because they just want to win. And again, it is absolutely a flaw in them. But it brings down everyone else at the table at the same time. Because, like I said, most people in this hobby just want to, roll some dice, throw some beers back or cups of tea, whatever you drink, and that's it. Have a laugh with our mates, act a little bit daft, and just have a good time. Where the people who is win at all costs, that's better. Win at all costs. Whack. Ironic. And fitting. They'll just ruin games. Now, I've had this happen to me, and I'm probably not the only one, where I went out to play a game with some friends, doing a narrative campaign. I like doing fun narrative campaigns. As I've said before, I used to do massive ones which went from epic and used Battlefleet Gothic. Okay, went from Battlefleet Gothic to epic to 40k to Inquisitor, for those who remember Inquisitor. And we actually kind of used kill team rules as well sometimes, which were in the 3rd edition rulebook, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. And so we were having fun, and we're building these, these narrative games could last months, and we build a story around it. And if someone came in with a stupidly strong army, we're like, no, why are you doing this? It's part of a narrative. It's like, what, your narrative is just to stomp on everyone. We want to have fun with it. And yeah. And honestly, I think a lot of it is, there's a lot of rebranding being secretly done. Because if you're as old as me, and boy am I old, it wasn't called meta chasing. It wasn't the meta. It wasn't a meta list. That wasn't the term we used. The term was cheese. It was a cheese list, which to me fits far more because, well, it's a cheese list. You're cheesing the game at this point. I also find with these people, and this you'll find this too, that they will be absolute rules lawyers when it comes to their opponents. But when it comes to them, it's not so. They get funny if you say, "Yeah, that's not in the rules. You know, you're doing that wrong." They will get really funny about it, but they will be the absolute worst rules lawyers. I can't say that. You ever know? And you know who I'm talking about. You've all been against people like this. And they are a blight on the community because they just bring down everyone with them. They do. It's just like it's like they don't actually enjoy the hobby and they don't want anyone else to enjoy the hobby with them. And because you're enjoying the hobby and you're being a bit daft, being a bit silly and having a lot of fun, and they're like, well, stop enjoying the hobby, you're enjoying it wrong. It's like, I don't care what you say, pal. We're having fun here. And people could say, well, this is how I enjoy it. What, by annoying everyone else? You're kind of selfish, dude. The game is a communal game, which a lot of people forget. And that's one of the good things about it. It's always been one of the good things about it. That it's a communal game. And these people who, they don't like losing and they're always, trying their best to win. They're the worst, by the way, if you're like me and you love kit bashing. I got into so much trouble for not doing WYSIWYG because I love converting. This Force Sword looks better than this Power Axe, sort of thing. Or this Force Sword looks better than this Power Sword. And that's not a Force Sword, Power Sword, that's a Force Sword, and you can't have it. It's like, nah, I don't care. I'm using it as a Power Sword because it looks dope. But, again, this is kind of the problems we are having within the hobby. And it's not a good thing. It never will be. Because it's so reliant on people just acquiescing to these people. And it is acquiescence, by the way. And just going, oh, do you know what? It's just going to be easy if we do what he says. It's just going to be easy if we go with it rather than going, no, I am not going with it. I am not continuing down this absolute charade of a game because we have to keep this one guy happy. And I'll tell him to get out. It's like, just leave. You're ruining it for everyone. And that's it. Anyway, so what's your things on these people who, play to win and just go out their way to pretty much ruin any game they're part of and just ruin it for everyone? What are your thoughts on that? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope I'll see you all soon. And have a great day. Okay, there's Whaling Games down below if you wish to save some money on your wargaming and support the channel at the same time. There's Forbidden Planet, same reasons. But they don't have wargaming. They have comics, DVDs, mangas. There's my merchandise, t-shirts, comics, mugs, all that cool stuff. There's Skyforge, good friend of mine. Let's get him up the Google algorithm. And finally, there is Patreon because business. Bye-bye.